Watch this video until the very end. There's a revelation that will change how you see every shadow beyond your window. Chapter 1. The house across the cul-de-sac. I moved into the cul-de-sac in late August, when the desert heat still crawled up from the asphalt at midnight. My name is Evan, and I used to be the kind of guy who slept with a fan and not a weapon. The house across from mine was empty for the first week, quiet enough that I noticed the shape of silence around it. No sprinklers before dawn, no wind chimes, not even a dog. On a Tuesday, a moving truck arrived at 2:37 a.m., backing into the driveway without headlights. 3 men lifted crates stamped with industrial codes I didn't recognize. A fourth stood in the shadow of a streetlight, smiling at the idea of light, not at the light itself. He wore a collared shirt a shade darker than the sky, and he never once looked up at the moon. He saw me watching. I pretended I'd stepped outside for the air. He lifted a hand as if waving, but his fingers barely rose, more like a quiet permission. I waved back. He spoke to the movers without bothering to turn his face toward them. They carried a door-sized object wrapped in gray felt and took turns avoiding its reflections in passing car windows. When they were done, the new neighbor stood in the driveway and breathed out like a priest after a sermon. The next morning, the windows of the house wore blackout film as dark as graves. Our HOA group chat gossiped like moths around a porch bulb. Private, night shift worker, sound engineer, maybe a party DJ. Someone joked that he'd definitely be a hit at Halloween. I laughed along with the thread, but the joke landed in my throat and stayed there. On Friday, I found a flyer in my mailbox. Neighborhood Safety and Hospitality Committee, Welcome Pizza, Saturday at 8 p.m. By then, I'd noticed odd gaps in sound from his house, like a muffled throb of bass filtered through a heavy curtain. The air around it ran slightly cooler, like a window had opened inside my chest and let a breeze through bone. I told myself I was just acclimating to the desert and loneliness. It had been a dry summer for simple explanations.